following program is a sports betting show that is meant to bring the average Joe gamblers of the world together to bullshit about picks, build parlays, and hopefully cash the occasional bet slip. We're not professional bettors. We want this to be fun, and we want to build a community of bettors who don't take every pick so damn seriously. We want to win. We're going to try to win. No shit. But when we lose, don't be an asshole about it. Thank you. It's Weber Bets Weekly. Let's go betting.
What's up, everybody? Welcome in. It is March 14, 2025. It is Friday of conference tournament season, and we are live here this morning trying to get some winners going. We are on a 5-game winning streak. Let's just clap it up going on. TJ Weber is 5-0 on this program on number one plays. And that's what we're doing, is we're trying to get that continued. Here's the leaderboard. You can see me with a 5-game winning streak yesterday. We absolutely smack the over on the program. Again, they go out, they go in, they go out. There's so many picks on this show that I can't remember what it is. Tulsa Temple over 142.5. I did my homework for the first time in a long time. I made it happen, and we got a winner. So I'm very excited that we got that. We swept yesterday. Another round of applause. I mean, we got a parlay, folks. We got a parlay. Beautiful stuff. Parlay hits, number one play hits, and now you guys have a chance to help us get to another winning day here on TikTok, on Instagram, and on YouTube. So thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. If you guys want to get involved, weberbets.com if you want to jump in on the conversation. You can leave a voicemail if you're at work and you're like, man, I can't call in, but I want to give a pick. You can call in and leave a voicemail. It is weberbets.com. We do have a voicemail, actually, first ever on this program. Comes from Ben. Let's see what Ben had to say.
Hey, TJ, it's Ben here. I'm the guy who gave you the Colgate Baylor over, and then I told you the DePaul Georgetown under 144.5, and it
True.
hit.
Two picks.
A lot of
Ben.
my legs
I
are rolling right now,
those.
and I love your streams, so maybe we could tail together, or I don't know, make the same bets. But yeah, I love getting on your lives and keep doing them and reach out. Thanks.
All right, Ben. Hey, thanks, man. Really appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Again, so, Ben just kind of gave a recap. He just kind of said, hey, I've been winning. You should tail me. I want the voicemail line to be more like, here's my play for the day. But hey, I'm cool with just jumping on saying, hey, you should have tailed because I won. That's fine too. So thanks, Ben, for calling in. Appreciate it. We do have a live number as well. It is on weberbets.com if you guys want to jump in on that as well. It's the call button or there's a voicemail button. Very simple to join the show. Fabian says, I have UNC beating Duke because their star is out. Yeah, that's kind of the consensus. That's why I put that up on the workshop here. If you're looking at it on YouTube, let me change the angle for you. Here's kind of the top plays I've already put together a little bit, or it's kind of the workshop I've put together so far. But if you look here, I did have UNC +7 because Cooper Flagg is out today. So that was a big reason why I put them up there. But the reason I haven't put a star by them yet is because I'm not really sure, much about the game. I got to research Houston and BYU. I'll talk about that pick in a second, that under. But the rest of them, I just kind of looked and saw something that kind of intrigued me. I said, all right, I'll write them down. We'll do a little research, maybe have somebody jump on and communicate what they think about certain games, all right? So that's what we're going to plan on doing. But, again, that's kind of also there. We can erase them. It's a dry erase board, so we can get rid of that bullshit if we don't like them. But that's why they're up there, because they were ones that caught my attention, all right? So that's what we're gonna kind of break down. Raymond says Auburn. Is my fucking crackling? I got crackling going on in my ears. Are you guys getting destroyed by something in my headset? I apologize if that's the case. I don't know what's going on. Trying to fix this audio shit as we go. I have to be my own producer here. Raymond says Auburn, Bama, Florida, moneyline parlay. Auburn, Bama, Florida, moneyline parlay. I did not see who Auburn was playing today. I did see that Alabama's playing late, and then Florida's playing Mizzou. I know that. Listen, I have made it my mission to never bet the Missouri Tigers for the remainder of this season. They have screwed me. They have beat me. They have done everything they could possibly do, whether I fade them or pick for them. So I hate that team. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of the SEC right now because every time I pick for or against SEC teams, it screws me over. So I'm not big on the SEC. Bama is playing Kentucky. I did throw them up there +7 because I saw them play pretty good against Mizzou a few weeks ago. However, Mizzou kind of sucks right now. So I don't really read into Kentucky that much. I just kind of threw it up there in case we wanted to workshop it. But again, let me see. Bama, I'm not huge on right away. I think it's kind of chalky. Florida, again, they're playing Mizzou. I'm not going to touch it. Auburn's the other one that I was going to look at, but I did not see who they were playing. Aren't they playing tomorrow, or am I wrong? I feel like that might be tomorrow. Yeah, they're playing Ole Miss at noon tomorrow. So, okay, you like Auburn for tomorrow. I'll write that up there. But they're playing Ole Miss, who look pretty good, honestly. They had that buzzer beater shot. They're giving 12.5 against Auburn. I know they're one of the best teams in the country, but, this is the tournament. 12.5 points is a lot to give up. So we'll chat about that. I'm not against it. But Ole Miss kind of intrigues me for tomorrow. So you know what? While I'm at it, I'm just going to go ahead and throw it up on the board while I have it. I know you like Auburn, but I kind of like Ole Miss plus 12.5 in that spot, to be honest with you. So let me throw that up for tomorrow. Ole Miss plus 12.5. Put it off to the side since it's not tonight. So this is going to be kind of the Saturday kind of sidecar here, all right? Ole Miss plus 12.5, throw it up there. We'll talk that one through. Look out. I'm kicking shit. I got wires all over this damn studio. I'm tripping over everything. It's insane. Ole Miss plus 12.5. I don't hate that. We'll throw that up there. I'm basically fading my guy in the chat, but I don't like the Auburn play. I really don't. Ricardo says I like the over in the Liberty game. Okay. Who's Liberty playing? Let's take a look. I have not been able to watch much Liberty basketball this year. Playing Kennesaw State tomorrow. And you like the over, you said? You like the over. Auburn Ole Miss is at 10 today. No, it's not. Am I missing something? I got noon, ESPN, March 15th. That's what I got from CBSSports.com. Could be wrong, but CBS Sports, pretty reliable. Today's March 14th, right? Yeah. That says March 15th. I don't know what to tell you. That's just what I see. Oh, you know what? The fucking thing, it had it highlighted on top as March 15th, and it stayed on March 14th. I apologize to you, sir. They are playing today. Okay. Wow. Well, we can then maybe add Ole Miss here at noon. It's quick, though. I'll keep them at 12.5, but I'll make sure I take out that sidecar on the board. But, okay. Interesting. We'll look at that one. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. You said Liberty overall on the over in the Liberty game, and Liberty is playing Kennesaw State. It starts in 8 minutes. I can't pull the trigger on that. I got to talk these through. I appreciate the play, though. I really do. Hayden says, pray we don't lose power tonight with this slate. Yeah, man. A lot of good games on tonight. St. Louis area, we're expecting a big storm to come through, maybe some tornadoes. Everybody stay safe out there. If you're in the St. Louis area or pretty much anywhere in the Midwest. But, yeah, we got to watch these games. Stay safe, but then next priority is got to watch these great games, all right? Okay, we do have a caller on the line, so we're going to go over right now to Deshaun. Deshaun, what's going on, man?
Hey, Mr. Weber, can you hear me?
I got you, man. What's up?
Hey, I don't know if you remember me. I'm the 0-49 guy.
Oh, I remember you. How can you forget 0-49?
Okay.
How's it going?
I just want to let you know I have 4 wins in my belt. Wins in my belt, but if you don't mind, I want to tell you a quick story if you don't mind.
I'm all about stories. Let's hear it.
Okay, it was Thanksgiving. I can remember like it was yesterday. It was the fucking Bears versus the Lions.
Yeah. I know what you're gonna say.
So, yeah, my uncle. Everything was over for the Bears, and it was like the first half, everything was under. So I was like, you know what? Like I'm okay with losing a whole lot. So I said, you know what? Whatever. It's a loss. So then I checked my phone again from DJ Moore to Caleb Williams to the running back to everybody on the Bears and the Lions was over. All I needed was Cole. I will never forget this. Cole Catchem Kmet to get one more reception. And I'm literally saying, I said, God is not going to let me do this. I said the FanDuel is not going to do this.
Yeah.
How in the world with one timeout, one Cole Kmet didn't get the ball?
Yeah.
And then they didn't even call a timeout.
Yeah. Yeah. Trust me, I watched that and I couldn't love it any more than I ever. I mean, it was the best thing ever to see the Bears do what the Bears do, man. And listen, I will say this. As a bettor who loses all the damn time, as you're understand 0-49, you know how it works. It's yeah. I thought, listen, you gotta have the knowledge to know, like, you are blessed that you didn't have Bears money line or Bears, you know what I'm saying? Like, that way to lose where they just like let the clock run. At least you had a prop bet you lost on, which like sucks, but it still works out. Like the Bears had that game. It was going to go to overtime, and then they Eberflused it. You know what I mean? That's what happened.
It just sucks. It really sucks. I really was like, you know what? Maybe I literally said, you know what? Maybe this isn't for me. After that day, I did not put another bet in for football. I didn't even put enough for playoffs. I said, you know what? I have to let it ride. Yeah. And if anything didn't mess me up, me being a Ravens fan even just made my football dreams worse.
Man, and I tell you what, it's I understand because everybody has a point where there's like, it can't get worse than this. Like there can't be a worse bad beat, or this cold streak can't get colder. So you got to step away for a second. You know what I mean? You got to reset the batteries a little bit, get back into it. So you're back. Do you got any plays today? Are you like completely still retired? Which God bless if you can't. 0-49. I understand.
I am completely. For the record of me being 5 and what? I am 5-71. For me being 5-71. Oh. Yes. Yeah, I have 5. Well, hold on. I have 5 wins this year. Okay. I'm blessed with that.
2025,
so
baby.
I'm going to go ahead and officially say I will be returning to the FanDuel and the DraftKings Sportsbook when MLB season starts.
Wow. See, that's usually opposite of what people usually do. They're like, I'll come back for football. I'll come back for college basketball. I have not heard many people say I'm excited to bet baseball,
I'm excited to bet baseball. Strikeouts and home runs, that's all me. That is all me. That is all me.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you what. I need an MLB insider. And listen, no offense, I'd like somebody that's not 5-71, but look, you're my guy. You've been on this for a long time, so I need you to lock in. Let's have you call in. And when you find those avenues for strikeouts, home runs, whatever it is, you call us, and I want to see you get red hot, and we'll make you the guy. Every time Deshaun calls in, we know he's got a baseball play that you got to tail. You know what I mean? That's what we're going to do.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Missed you so much.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it, Deshaun. Have a good one, buddy.
You too.
All right, that's Deshaun on the phone lines. Appreciate him calling in. I listen, I remember him calling in. He was the 0-49 guy that we had, and posted a clip about it. I mean, it's impressive to go 0-49. Now, if I remember right, though, because I've had not a streak that long, but, when you just go parlays, you throw those random $5 and $10 parlays out there and you just try to hit something, that can happen. So it is what it is. Like, we all get ice cold sometimes. 0-49, you got to think about hanging it up. Whatever happened with that Bears game against the Lions back on Thanksgiving, totally understand it. God, those prop bets, when you lose by 1 yard or you need one more catch and you have a massive parlay you're about to cash and it doesn't work, it's the absolute worst. So I'm with you. But Deshaun, thanks for calling in, buddy. Appreciate it. Good to have you back, and look forward to having you during baseball season. All right, we do have college basketball, though, to talk about because it is Friday of conference tournament season, and I got, how many plays I got up there? 7 plays, now 8 plays, but Ole Miss starts in like a minute, so we might have to just scratch that one. But I want to hear what else you got. Ricardo says Kennesaw State. It starts like now, so we're not going to throw that in. But let me talk to you about my number 1 play today. It is Houston BYU under 134.5. I actually did a little bit of homework on this one. Felt good about what I was looking at. You know, I this new model that I created yesterday in about 10 minutes. I'm 1-0, baby. I mean, so I don't lose. I'm never going to lose again. 1-0 on this model. All right. Basically, I just look at stuff and try to find stats between both teams that counteract each other, and I take that. That's what I did. Houston BYU under 134.5. Let me talk to you for a second. Houston destroyed BYU 86-55 earlier this season, and they hit 16 3-pointers. It's a season high, by the way, for Houston, who hit 16 3-pointers in that game. BYU was 37% from the field and 8 of 24 from 3 in that game against Houston. So basically, that was kind of the spot where you say Houston's just a way better team than BYU. However, lately, BYU's on an absolute tear. I mean, hitting threes, scoring a shit ton of points. They beat Iowa State twice. They're a team that you can see is dangerous, that has great three-point shooting capabilities. Also, though, the main thing I'm looking at is Houston, the way they out-rebounded BYU in the last game. One of their top forwards, though, Jawan Roberts, turned his ankle yesterday, I believe. Yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday. So he's questionable with an ankle sprain. He had 6 rebounds, 6 points in that game against BYU. So that doesn't tell me he had a major impact. They out-rebounded them by I think a 12 or 15 margin. So that tells me they dominated them inside. Here's what I looked at and kind of looked at what BYU's been doing, how they've been successful, and then what Houston's been doing. Houston's defense is one of the greatest defenses in the country. They shut people down behind the arc, inside, whatever it may be. And to me, I just don't see BYU doing what they've been doing lately. Here's my thought process, though. I'm worried about BYU possibly winning the game if they do get hot, but I don't see... So that's why I don't want to take Houston straight up. They're actually -7. I worry about that number. I think they can keep it close enough. BYU, again, I don't look at that game like it seemed like so long ago that they lost by 30, and they've been on I think it's a 9-game winning streak. So right now, if I had to choose, again, looking at it, I like the under. By the way, if this makes you also interested in this one, the public is all over the over. According to CBSSports.com, 11% on the under, and I like the under in this game. Like I said, BYU's been scoring a shit ton, but it's either by 3-pointers or an overhaul inside. Houston doesn't give up many 3-pointers. I believe it's been the last 4 games they haven't given up more than single-digit 3-pointers. And they're not letting a lot of teams inside dominate. So this tells me BYU is going to be chucking up a lot of threes, hands in the face. Houston's going to try to control the game, and this game's going to go this game's going to go under 134.5. It's not sexy. It's not a fun pick, but unders suck to bet in March, but I feel good about this one. Houston, BYU under 134.5 is officially my best play of the day. Doesn't mean it has to be the number one play of the show, but that is 100% going to be mine. So if anybody else disagrees, we'll chat, but at the moment, that's going to be my play today. Houston, BYU under 134.5. Speaking of somebody that needs a win, and listen, we're gonna chat about this because he got screwed over. This Mavs plus 10.5 pick we had last week. I mean, it was just a bad beat. And Hayden's gonna talk about it here on the show. Hayden, what's up, buddy? Mavs plus 10.5 last week. It was one of the most disgusting losses we've had, man.
I need to redeem myself after that one, TJ.
Listen, there's certain ones I'll give people shit about. When you look at the scoreboard, you see Hayden 0-1. But it doesn't tell the story of what happened. I mean, you texted me and you said we had that game up until what 40, however many minutes we had, probably 95%.
Yeah, we had that game 45 or 46 out of the 48 minutes. No question. We were leading back and forth, a lot of lead changes, and then those last 2 to 3 minutes just absolutely killed us.
Brutal.
It was horrible. I was all over that game, though. You have to admit it.
You were. Yeah, but it's okay. It was a close one. It just Morant hit a 3 at the end and go, we're done. It just happens.
Yeah, it's like they forgot how to play basketball the last few minutes. So
Yeah.
that's when they expect, Luka to take over or, AD to take over, and they're all looking at each other like, okay, well, what do we do now?
Right, exactly. Yeah. All right, what are you doing to redeem yourself today, man?
Well, I didn't realize that you had this on the board already. Well, I guess I'll go back to that, but I really like St. John's 3.5.
Okay.
They've beaten Marquette by 6 earlier or I guess a couple of games ago. At St. John's, they're playing at MSG. It's going to be a very strong, heavily favored. There's going to be a lot of fans there supporting St. John's with it being in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So home court advantage. They beat Marquette by 2, but that was at Marquette a couple games ago, and then they beat them by 6 earlier in the year at St. John's.
Okay.
I just think that Marquette had a really tough game against Xavier. They barely won. I could see fatigue setting in. I think they're a good team, but I don't know. Just the athleticism of St. John's, and I just think that 3.5 is a good number to play there.
And they wrecked Butler yesterday, and then they've been on a 7-game winning streak. So
yeah,
and I mean before that they were on. I mean they've only lost 1 game since December 31st, which is incredible. Yeah. So I mean they're on an absolute tear.
Yeah. So I like St. John's 3.5, and then I didn't realize you already had Texas on the board at +10.
Yeah.
I really like Tennessee laying that number too. I do.
Do you like them -10, or would you take it down more?
I mean, so Texas did Texas go into double OT last night?
They did, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, you got. I know that these are college kids; they got legs underneath them, but you have to start thinking that this team. I feel like they're going to run out of energy late in the game, and Tennessee and Zakai Ziegler is going to be able to take over, and I just think that Tennessee is a much better all-around team, and I could see it being 4 or 5 point game at half, but I just think that Tennessee is going to take over that game late.
I did some research because I was trying to key on Texas +10 because they played so good yesterday against A&M. I like A&M a lot.
Yeah.
And I looked at it, though, with what you said. This is the 3rd game they've had in 3 days, and Tennessee hasn't played since March 8th, so they are absolutely fresh. They're dogs inside. I mean, they can shoot it from outside. They're one of the best teams in the country. It's the 10 number that gets me. I just can't, I'm really struggling with taking 10, and then it's the storyline of, do you take a team that even though they might be tired, they got momentum, they're used to just grinding it out, or do you take a team that's had over a week off that's just kind of chilling?
I agree. I agree with your point, but I also think that you also have to think about they're playing in Nashville. That's backyard of Knoxville, so it's going to be another. Basically another home court advantage with a heavily favored Tennessee crowd there, I would think, with it being in Nashville.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
I don't know. I think I really like taking these teams that are really close to home, don't have to travel much. You're going to have a lot of fans there. You got the rest advantage. It might take 2-3 minutes to come out and play hard, but I don't know. I really like taking these home court advantage teams here in the semifinals.
I like it. So if for the actual, you only get 1 pick for the spreadsheet. Which one are you doing? St. John's?
Oh boy. Yeah, I think I would lean St. John's.
Okay.
I would.
Okay.
But personally, I will be parlaying St. John's with Tennessee.
Straight up 3.5 and 10.
So that's what I'll probably do is I'll probably take St. John's, lay the 3.5, and then I'll parlay the 2 together.
Okay.
You could tease it down if you want to get a little better or worse odds, but better chance to hit it. So
now I might
do that instead.
Let me ask you, if I was going to parlay St. John's with my under on Houston BYU, and I might throw Tennessee in there at a lower number, do you trust the 3.5 on St. John's more than taking the money line in a parlay? Or do I just eat the number? What do you think?
I mean, if you're putting it in a 3-game parlay, I would take the. I mean, it's what are the odds? What's St. John's minus 170 or 180 right now?
Yeah, that sounds. I'm gonna look it up. That sounds right.
Minus 120 or so on minus 3.5. So I don't mind. I don't mind eating those 60 basis points there and the odds. So I would just take them outright. I don't mind that in a 3-game parlay.
Okay. Interesting. All right, man. Yeah, I appreciate it. I love the St. John's play. I'm a little weary on Tennessee. I'll throw it up there, see if anybody else agrees. But no, it's good stuff, man. I feel redemption coming today. I do.
Yeah, we need it. I mean, that was a miserable game. Thought we had that for a long time, but
tough, dude.
Tough. You can't get confident and greedy in this business. That's for sure.
No shot. Changes every day. So, hey, Hayden, man, appreciate it, buddy.
Yep, thanks, TJ. Bye.
All right, have a good one. That's Hayden on the phone lines. You guys can call in, WeberBets.com. WeberBets.com. 2 callers today. We appreciate it, Deshaun and Hayden. So I got to throw 2 plays up there from what Hayden said, and then we can kind of discuss what we're going to put together here. But you guys can still call in or text in, whether it be WeberBets.com, call in or voicemail, or also text in on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram. We're on all 3 live today. And if you're watching late, let me know what you think. If you're tailing, we appreciate it. Also go post all these plays on Instagram as well. But let's chat. Let's chat. I think we got to add St. John's minus 3.5. I like what he was saying. They've been absolutely red hot. It screams public play to me. I didn't really see the number of percentage, but I'm guessing the public's all on St. John's because they've been really solid. But, I mean, look, here's how I'm going to I can't spell St. John's. Jeez, oh. By the way, I know some people that spell their name Jon. Is that annoying? Do you wish it was John? Like, John's got to be that way, right? Like, Jon is just, it doesn't bother me. It's just, I just noticed. It's just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like it messes with people. St. John's minus 3.5. And then he had Tennessee minus 10. So write that up there as well. See if you guys agree with it. Tennessee minus 10. Okay, so I'll double check with what you guys say in the chat, but here's kind of my thought process. You know, I wrote all these up here because Hayden kind of sold me a little bit on Texas. I am leaning towards the fact that they played 3 games in a row. This is being their 3rd game in a row for the tournament. Tennessee's fresh. They're a better team. 10 is a lot of points, but I do agree. I think Tennessee's a better number, so I'm going to erase that. The UNC play, I still want to see if anybody's got any inkling on that one, because Cooper Flagg is supposed to be out today. He got injured. I don't know why they would waste him when they're going to be possibly the number 1 overall seed. They can probably still win this game against UNC, but the +7 is a little intriguing. So let me know what you think about this. The other thing is, Joe Lunardi, I think, has UNC on the bubble. So just letting you know, that's something to also mess with, is they're desperate to win, so they could keep it close. Don't mind that. Mizzou, Florida over. I already said, I don't know why I wrote it up here. I said I don't bet Mizzou anymore. They screw me over. That's all they do. This seems chalky, but Texas, Kentucky also I'm out on. I don't like them against Bama at all. Texas Tech money line. It's been a team I put a little bit of futures money on to win it all, so I don't hate that. And they've just been my machine this year. I think they're playing Arizona. They're a favorite by I think 2 or 3 points. So I don't hate that money line. Dayton also intrigued me, so I want to look at that real quick. I don't have too much time, but I want to talk about these just a little bit more. And I don't know if I'm in the way of all this shit, so let me move out of the way. Ole Miss plus 12.5, I think is the pick, but I think it starts like now, so we're gonna have to erase that one as well. So let's talk about these 6. I'm leaning. I think I'm going to put mine as the number 1 play just because I've been red hot. Don't mean to be that guy, but I've been hitting. And then the parlay, I'm thinking about doing this under with St. John's money line, which I talked about with Hayden. I'm going to stay away from Tennessee. I think I'm going to go with do I throw Texas Tech back in there? I think I might put Texas Tech and UNC +7 also in that parlay. But let's chat a little bit about it. I'm going to see what you guys have to say in the chat, and then we can kind of discuss it and figure out what we're going to do. Because this is a team game here. It's a team game. All right. So this is fun. We got a little interaction going on, man. Good stuff. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate everybody that's called in or texted in today. Yeah, Raymond says I'd take St. John's on the money line if you're parlaying it. That's 100% what I'm going to do. And then, let's see what else we got here. Trying to make sure I got all the comments. See if we got any extra voicemails or calls, and then I'll just kind of build this thing out. We'll get another winner going, all right? Let's see. WeberBets.com. You guys can see all the picks from every single show. You can also get involved, as I mentioned, always on the program. Make sure you turn on notifications on YouTube, on TikTok, and on Instagram whenever we're live, and you can chat and hopefully pick some winners with us. As I said, I mean, like, I'll go back to the leaderboard. I've been happy with it overall. You can kind of see the trend, you know, of each better that has been on here so far. And then here's how it's been going. So yesterday I was the lone picker guy, and here we had the over and Temple Tulsa hit, parlay hit. There's our Mavs plus 10.5 back on 3-7, and then the Kansas pick back on 3-3. So we've been like up and down, but a lot of green there. A lot of green. We've hit 3 parlays, I think, with this being our 6th show, which 50% on parlays is dynamite. So, just saying. A lot of chalk, says Ricardo. Yeah, that's something I was wondering if we're on the right page here. I don't want to put too much chalk because I agree that's not going to always be a winner. I'm also, like I said, I'm not going to get too cocky with these parlays because I threw $5 on it yesterday and I was mainly focused on my number one play until you get some confidence, because parlays are hard to hit. So I'm not going to get crazy and put, you know, the same money on a number one play as a parlay. It's stupid. So I'm going to put the main number on the number one play, a little bit on the parlay, hopefully hit both. If not, the number one play makes us profitable. All right, I think everybody's kind of on the same page, so let's go ahead and build this thing out and make it official and get out of here. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take my under 134.5 as the number one play. I'm also going to do what I usually don't do. Do I get cute with it, or do I put parlay? Do I parlay the other things and just see if mine doesn't come in? At least we have a shot at something else. Nah, let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. We're gonna put the under here. We did it yesterday. Let's see if we can stay hot. So the under goes in there. I wish I had more time to look at this one, but that's why I'm only putting $5 on it. UNC plus 7. I like that without Cooper Flagg. Potentially. I don't think they're going to push him. I like the St. John's money line. I agree not to push it on the parlay. And then I also like Texas Tech money line. It's been chalk, but I mean, they have been my rock solid. 4-leg parlay might be a little juicy. We got some pretty good favorites there on money line. I do understand that, but I am curious to see what we got here. So, all right, let's build this out. I want to see what the number would be real quick. Let's go to old Blue Book here and build this out. If you guys want to give me suggestions for how we can make the program better, what's something that you think could add to the show, I'm all for it. I think this could be an absolute blast to just, you know, keep building this thing, especially if we keep winning. Shit, I mean, there's nothing better than that. So I'm all ears. You can email me, tjweber@webercontent.com, or you can also just check out the website, find a way to get involved, and DM me on Instagram, TikTok, whatever it may be. All right. I got to find these teams on Blue Book. I apologize. It's hard to talk and figure out where these teams are. UNC +7. I want to get the exact odds. There they are. +7.5, actually. Love that. St. John's money line we have, -172, and then Texas Tech money line. Let's find where they are. I think they're playing later tonight. Sorry, this is really bad show here when we do this. I apologize. -130, Texas Tech. +890. Let me just take the under out just to see what it would be in case. I gotta trust myself more. I like throwing it in there. I just don't like having the fact that if we lose one, we lose both. But screw it. I like to play enough. I'm red hot. Let's stay with it. And that was the Houston and BYU under 134.5. That's the main one. Okay. All right. So we're gonna put a half point on UNC, and then it is what is it? 890. All right. So 890 on today's parlay. Again, I'm just throwing 5 on it. We're just doing a little building, little bankroll building today. Little bankroll building. It worked yesterday. Let's not get too cocky. God, my memory. What did I say? 834. 890. Even better. 890. Do the same thing I did yesterday. I'm going to throw 5 on this beast. I'm going to throw 35 on my number one play. 5-0 on my number one plays. Just saying, not listen, I've lost when I'm off the show. My show plays 5-0. 35 on the under in Houston BYU, 134.5. Then the parlay, we're also going to include that under. I like to live dangerously, have everything with the same play. UNC +7.5, no Cooper flag for Duke. Probably, or at least he's probably going to be, they're going to take care of him, maybe not play him that much. St. John's money line, Hayden likes some -3.5, but we're putting money line just for the parlay. And then Texas Tech money line. Chalk? Yes, but they win. +890. I like those odds a lot. I like it. All right, and that's going to do it, guys. Great show today. Really appreciate the involvement. I enjoy just bullshitting with you guys, and I think we got something really awesome here. By the way, can somebody on Instagram tell me if we froze? Do you guys see the board? Did you guys see the board a second ago? Are you seeing me right now? It'll help me with logistics. Ricardo, I see you're on it. I just want to know if you guys could see everything, because on my side it froze, and it'll help me with production later if we can figure all that out. So let me know if you don't mind how the stream looks right now on Instagram, and then lock in on that, and let's go have some fun and pick some winners on this Friday. All right. Well, that's going to do it, guys. Thank you so much. Really, truly appreciate it. Lars said, saw everything with no freeze. God bless you, sir. Appreciate that. Everybody said, I saw the board, no freeze. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful. All right. Well, that's going to do it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, WeberBets.com if you want to join in on the conversation. Always involved on Instagram and also on TikTok. There's the board for today. Under 134.5, Houston BYU. And then the parlay, including UNC +7.5, St. John's moneyline, and Texas Tech moneyline. All right. As Big Web always says, don't bet the house, bet the doghouse. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you for March Madness next week. See you later.
WeberBets.com is where you can find everything related to the show. Links to our social media platforms, show leaderboard, every parlay and pick. WeberBets.com. Subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Follow the show on TikTok and Instagram. And get involved with the show by leaving a voicemail on WeberBets.com. All right, I'll shut up now.